What's up, Yugi Tribe? Jesse here with Koz YGO, and today I'm going to give you guys a little peek at my new Ghost Rare collection. But first, I found a pretty cool misprint on this yugioh, the Ultimate Nightmare card. I want to show you guys really quick. Now, if you look right here. Come on, guys, you think I'm going to release a video on Halloween that's Halloween themed and not try to scare you a little bit? Check out these Ghost Rares. What's up, everyone? Happy Halloween. I hope you guys enjoyed the intro. Hope it didn't scare anyone too much. I hope you guys found it entertaining. So yeah, I figured Halloween, what better way to do it than a little bit of a theme with some spooky Ghost Rares. I had a couple people ask if I could do a video showing my collection. So what I'm going to do today is just go over my Ghost Rares with you. I actually recently just started getting into Ghost Rares about maybe 2 months ago. Because when I first started playing the game, back, like almost a year ago now, well, not playing, just got into the cards. Every time I saw a Ghost Rare, it was like super scratched up and super beat up, and I just was like, why? I mean, it could be cool, but every card that I saw was just like hideous because it was just like beat up or scratched up, and you couldn't even it was scratched up so bad you couldn't even see the artwork. But a couple months ago, I was thumbing through my buddy's collection binder. His name's Austin. Jobber actually just featured his collection on his channel, JRB Jobber. Go check out that video if you guys want to see a really awesome collection. But yeah, I saw Austin's Ghost Rares, and then also my friend Nick, who sells some cards, had some pretty awesome Ghost Rares. And seeing them in actual really good condition, they're actually really gorgeous artwork, and really the cards look really cool. So I ended up kind of doing some research on everything, and I just was like, you know what, I'd really like to get some of these. They're pretty cool. And I noticed a trend in the pricing, that the pricing has skyrocketed in the last year. Going over some of the cards here that I have, I'll tell you what some price points are and how much they've actually grown. So if you guys are looking to get some Ghost Rares, now would be the time, because they're only going to go up in value, no matter the condition, especially if you get first edition. Even if you can get a cheap first edition now, it's going to probably double in price by this time next year. I almost guarantee it, because obviously we don't get Ghost Rares anymore. So yeah, with that being said, let's get right into these. We'll start off here with the first one. One of the first ones I acquired. I actually acquired this one and the next one at the same time. This is a first edition Ghost Rainbow Dragon from Tactical Evolution. This set, the Tactical Evolution set, was released in August of 2007, and Rainbow Dragon is actually the first Ghost Rare that we got in the TCG. This was one of the ones that I saw in my friend's binder, and I was like, he had it for sale. I was like, man, I need to have that. So this, and then the next one I'm going to show you, I got a good package deal on. Mind you, I'm going to give you guys the prices of all these, and it is by far not what I paid for them at all. I only got super good deals, because if I couldn't get a good deal, I wasn't shelling out this kind of crazy money for these things. But this one right now, the cheapest you can find a near mint first edition is, you're looking at least $200 plus. And that $200, that is not graded. So if you guys want to get graded cards, you can pretty much double the price of anything I'm telling you. The graded cards are significantly harder to find, like grades 8 plus. And with all these Ghost Rares, that's my goal, is every Ghost Rare that I buy or acquire, I eventually like to get all these graded. And the minimum grading I would be an 8 plus. So an 8, a 9, or a 10, all in PSA. Now, the grading system, it's hard to tell what would be an 8 and what wouldn't be, but you have to use your best judgment. You could clearly look at a card, and if you see dents and the corners are messed up, it's not going to be an 8. But if you have a card that it looks flawless to the naked eye, the corners are really crisp, there's no scratching on the ghost hollow foil, and the centering is good. I guess the centering is actually a big deal too. A lot of the research I've been doing, centering is a huge part, the surface is a huge part, and the corners are a huge part. So keep that in mind if you guys are looking for Ghost Rares for yourselves. But anyway, yeah, this is the Rainbow Dragon. This was the first one that I acquired. And I just think it's pretty cool. The artwork and also the significance of it, the fact that it was the first ghost rare that we got in the TCG. I feel like that's pretty important. Right now, the card's only around $200, but I can see it actually really going up in value once collectors start buying them out, especially ones that are near mint, like this one is. Because you can find ones that have been, moderately played and stuff. People have actually used them, but like I said, the artwork is all scratched up, the corners are dinged up, so they're not going to hold as high a value, obviously. So, all right, moving on to the next one here. This one I got in a package deal with the Rainbow Dragon. This is the first 5Ds card or ghost rare that I got. It is the Blackwing Dragon, first edition from the Shining Darkness. Shining Darkness came out in May of 2010, so this card's still, not quite 10 years old yet, but it's getting there. These ones are a little bit more affordable than the Rainbow Dragon. This one's worth probably around $100 right now, 100 plus. Again, that's not graded. That's near mint first edition. I usually get my prices for these on TCG Player too, by the way. I kind of correlate TCG Player prices and eBay prices, like the last sold listings. But and also I'd like to note that if you guys see scratches here, that is the actual top loader. None of these cards have any scratches in them whatsoever. And that's another thing I wanted to tell you guys. When you're buying stuff like this, it's best to buy them in person so you can actually get your hands on it, check out the card properly, make sure there's no scratches, no dings. Because it's hard buying online, especially expensive cards like this, or not like this one, but like expensive ghost rares. Because what you consider near mint and what a seller considers near mint could be two completely different things. So if you guys are going to spend some high dollars on some ghost rares, please make sure to do your best to get your hands on them and look at them and inspect them properly before you spend that kind of money on them. Okay, next one. This next one, Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend. This one's not as desirable as the other two so far. This one, I actually kind of just got this one on a whim. Because like I said, for the past few months, I've been like meticulously like checking eBay, TCG Player, just for like crazy low prices on ghost rares. And this one, I happened to refresh my eBay one night. It was pretty late at night too. I think it was like 11 p.m. Eastern time here. I was actually just getting ready to go to bed, and I saw this one posted, buy it now, for $15. So I bought it. First edition, from Dimension of Chaos. So this is a newer one. This came out in 2015. But $15 for a ghost rare first edition near mint, couldn't pass it up. And I figured even if there was something wrong with the card for $15, I mean, you look at TCG Player prices and light play are still anywhere from 25 plus. Near mint first edition, Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend, you're looking at about $40 plus right now. So this is one of the cheaper ones that you can get, just because it's so much newer. Like I said, 2015. So this might be a good one for you guys to pick up now. If you got 40 bucks laying around and you want to get a sweet ghost rare, I recommend this kind of an entry level one. So yeah, and always keep an eye out for deals too, like on eBay and stuff, because you'll never know like what'll pop up. People, a lot of times sellers will put something on there and they don't really know the true value of it. So, and like I said, this was a cheap card, so it was worth the risk on eBay. I highly would not recommend, buying anything like a higher dollar one on eBay unless you can, either get with the seller and get like immaculate pictures, or you can get your hands on it and take a look in person. So that is the third one. Next one. This one has another cool story as well. This one's Power Tool Dragon. This one came out of Raging Battle in May 2009. So yeah, it's over 10 years old now. This one's first edition. Like I said, I won't get any that aren't first edition or near mint plus. So they have to be grayed out, in my opinion, grayed out an 8 or better. This is crazy. Right now, you cannot touch one of these for less than $230 on TCG Player, on eBay, whatever. This one, again, I was scrolling through eBay one night. I refreshed the browser, and somebody posted this. It came from Canada. Somebody posted it on there for like dirt cheap, and I hit buy it now. I couldn't pass it up. So it said near mint, first edition. I was like, cool, you know, this is like less than half the price of what this thing's worth. I'll take that gamble. So took the gamble. 4 days later, got it in the mail, and it's mint. Like there's like no scratches, no dents, no, like the corners are perfect. Everything is perfect with this card, and like I'm just incredibly stoked. So this was a pretty cool story on this one. Yeah, that was a great find. So again, you know, you can find some pretty crazy deals online, but just be careful. Okay, next one. Remember I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago, I made a video. I tried the vlog from the Columbus Regional. I said I picked up some ghost rares. All right, well, this is one of them. Ancient Fairy Dragon from Ancient Prophecy. Set was released in 2009, August of 2009, so yeah, 10 years old. First edition. It was pretty crazy because this is actually one of the ones that I was looking for meticulously. I really wanted an Ancient Fairy, I really wanted a Black Rose, and I really wanted a Stardust. It just so happened, I think, yeah, I was like X4 at the tournament or whatever, and I was kind of just like sitting around hanging out with some of my friends, and one of my friends was like, hey, you know, come here, I want to show you something. And he shows me this guy's binder, and he's like, dude, check out all these ghost rares, and this one caught my eye. And I was like, dude, yes, I want that. Like, give me a price. And again, like, I took it out of the binder. It's mint. Like, this is probably one of the mintiest ghosts that I own. There's just like this card. I'm very confident this card would grade out as a 10. Yeah, decided on a price, and I snatched it up because these are getting harder and harder to find in near mint condition, especially first edition. And that's why a lot of the prices are going up right now, because these things are, you know, they're hitting 10 years old, and finding them it's really tough. So super happy with this one as well. This is probably yeah, I was super stoked to get this at the time. All right, next one, same day, maybe like 20 minutes apart from the Ancient Fairy Dragon. I picked up the Ancient Fairy Dragon. I'm like gleaming. I'm like so happy. I'm like, yes, I came here. I did bad in the tournament. But dude, I got my awesome ghost rare. So this dude comes up to me. He's like, hey, I heard you, you know, picked up a ghost rare. You got any other ones? Like, I'm like, no, but I'm looking for some other ones. And I was like, well, do you have a Black Rose or a Stardust? And he's like, dude, come check this out. Opens up his binder. Shows me this. First edition Black Rose Dragon from Crossroads of Chaos. Mint, like near mint. This is probably as good as you're going to get for a Black Rose right now, unless it's a PSA graded one. There was like one tiny small mark on the actual the face of the card itself. It's not in the hollow, and you can barely see it, but I'm fairly confident that this would grade out as an 8 or a 9. So it met my criteria, and like I got an absolute screaming deal on it. I could not pass it up. And just the artwork on this is just, with the ghost rare, it's gorgeous. And before I picked this up, I was doing some research on like the Crossroads of Chaos boxes, and you know, I was like, oh, maybe if I just like buy a first edition booster box, and maybe I can pull one on the channel, that'd be sweet. So get this set was released in November of 2008, and you cannot get booster boxes that were first edition for Crossroads of Chaos. I didn't know that. I always thought it was like booster boxes were first edition, special editions were unlimited. That is not the case. Back in like, you know, 2008, 2009, these booster boxes, the only way that you could get first edition packs of Crossroads of Chaos was at the sneak peeks or in the Black Rose Dragon tin, which is insane, considering that you can only pull a Ghost Black Rose, one per case. So if you do the math on that, it's something in like, what, 1 in 288 packs, and you can only get the first edition from the sneak peek or the Black Rose tin, and the tin came with 1 pack. So your odds of pulling a Black Rose Dragon were insanely low. Like, so that's why these are skyrocketing in price right now. I believe that last year these were like around $150. And right now you cannot touch one on TCG Player or eBay for less than $700. Like, it's insane the price on these right now. So on TCG Player right now, they're between $700 and $1,000, non-graded, near mint first edition. However, recently, I think it was a month ago, there was one listed on eBay. It was a PSA 10, sold for $2,300 for a Yu-Gi-Oh card. Like, that just blows my mind. Like, this is crazy. Like, the value of these is just skyrocketing. So if you guys can afford some of these, I highly recommend you get in on them, like, as soon as you can. Oh, and also, I don't think I mentioned the value on the Ancient Fairy Dragon right now. You can't get an Ancient Fairy Dragon for anything less than $350 right now. So I got an absolute steal on that one as well. Now, we've come to my last Ghost Rare that I own right now. It's my 7th, and it has the coolest story out of anyone that I would probably ever get. So the story behind this is I was hunting for a Black Rose Dragon on TCG Player, eBay, and all that. I just kept refreshing, like late at night I would do this. One night I was on TCG Player, just for the heck of it. I looked up Black Rose Dragon, Ghost Rare, Near Mint First Edition. I was scrolling through, and there was one that was just a fraction of the price. Like, I'm telling you, like, a fraction. Listed at Near Mint First Edition. Like I said, like, when you see, like, the rest of them on there listed for, like, 700, 800, 900,000 bucks, and one stands out to you for, like, 200 bucks, I was like, dude, like, I gotta get this. Like, I gotta jump all over this, even if it's, like, an error or whatever. Like, what's the worst case can happen? They'll just, like, refund my money or whatever. Or, like, if it comes to me and it's, like, light play or whatever, because even light play is, like, $350, so I would have been making money on the thing anyway. So, put my order in. I'm a little bit hesitant, a little bit skeptical, because, that's an absurd price for that card right now. And that was Black Rose First Edition. So, like, the next day, I get the expected message from the seller. I'm sorry, we don't have this in stock. We made an error with the quantities on hand. We're so sorry. We can refund you your money. And I was like, I kind of figured this would happen. Somebody made a mistake, and I was hoping I would get really lucky. I'm really looking for some good 5Ds Ghost Rares right now, First Edition, and I was hoping that you guys would honor the price even if it was a mistake. But I understand, and I don't know why. I certainly wouldn't have done this. I don't know if it's because they thought maybe I would leave negative feedback, which I wouldn't have, because they had 100% positive feedback. So what they did, they messaged me back. They're like, well, if you're looking for 5Ds Ghost Rares First Editions, we have a First Edition Ghost Rare Stardust Dragon. We could either refund you the money, or we can send you the Stardust Dragon. And I was like, dude, send me the Stardust Dragon. Like, why wouldn't I want that? So, like, I'm like, in my head, I'm like, heck yeah, man. Like, I'm about to get a sweet Stardust Dragon. And, like, even if it was, like, light play or whatever, First Edition, I don't care. Like, it's an insane card. It's an awesome card. Very rare, especially in First Edition. So, a couple days go by, get it in the mail, and look at this thing. This is the most mint Ghost Rare that I own. There's not a doubt in my mind that this will grade out a 10. The centering's perfect. There's no, like, edge wear. There's no corner wear. There's no dents. This thing is, like, minty mint. And I got it because of an error. It was just absolutely nuts. Like, if I was a seller, I certainly wouldn't have done that at all. Unless they just don't really deal in Yu-Gi-Oh! That's the only thing I can think of, is they really just, like, it just didn't really matter to them. But, like, look at this. This thing is absolutely pristine. This came out, the Duelist Genesis, August of 2008. So we're looking at an 11-year-old card here, and it's better than it would be than it came out of the pack. Because a lot of these Ghost Rares, they would get scratched in the pack just because the foiling is so sensitive. And this one, there's literally no scratches. It's perfect. So, like, the deal that I had on this, like, it was insane. Like, I've had such good luck with these Ghost Rares so far, and this one made me the most excited, because this is one that I thought I would never be able to acquire. Because right now on TCG Player eBay, you're looking at anywhere from $800 to $1,500 for this card, near mint First Edition. And I was able to get it for a fraction of that. Like, ridiculous. And again, these Ghost Rares were 1 per case, and with the Duelist Genesis as well as the Crossroads of Chaos, you can only get first edition packs from the sneak peeks or the tins. And like I said, the tins came with 1 pack. So your chances of pulling one of these is like 0. So super stoked to have this card. It's absolutely perfect. So like right now, I'm very, very content with having only 7 Ghost Rares. I think I'm going to take a break for a little while from acquiring any unless I can find some more like killer deals. But for right now, I have the ones that I want to have for now. And like I said, they're only going to go up in value. So if you guys can get your hands on any of them, first edition, near mint, do it. Like if you can afford it, because they're only going to go up in value from here. Like I said, they're around 10 years old now. So as long as you can keep in pristine condition, you're going to be sitting on a gold mine. So that's my Ghost Rare collection for now. Hope you guys really enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, leave me a comment. Let me know which one was your favorite. And if you have any Ghost Rares, let me know which ones you have, what kind of condition they're in, how you got them even. I'm curious to know, I really am. Ghost Rares are kind of like near and dear to my heart now that I've done so much research on them, and I really enjoy them. And if you guys do want to get some of your own Ghost Rares, use my TCG player link in the description below. It would help me and the channel out a ton. And hope you have a safe and happy Halloween. I'll catch you guys in the next video.